This episode is brought to you by twolinedmusicutstore.com. Twolinedmusicutstore.com is your all-access to culture. Check out cultural merchandise like leggings, hats, mini boxing gloves, and bags. Also t-shirts like hip-hop, nature, rock bands, reggae, and dark fantasy. Fast shipping worldwide. That's twolinedmusicutstore.com. And now let's check out this episode. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Cuts Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a really special guest in the building. Listen, this man here has two parts to his career. He started out as a singer, then his main career went to drumming, and then he came back as a singer. Listen, he gave you mega hits like Oja, Strangers in the Night, Satisfaction Guaranteed, True Love Keeps Holding On, Rise and Shine, Jah Glory, and so much more. You know, we have in the building today, we have the singing drummer. We have Glen Washington in the building today. What's going on, big boss?
Great things, great things. Everything is good. Everything is highly blessed. Still going strong.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Entertainment Report podcast today.
A whole bunch of things happen.
All right.
Considering our situation with this pandemic.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll get into that further on in the conversation. But here, how we like to start off is, first thing, we like to take it right back and then bring it right to 2021. So my first question for you is this. Where did you grow up in Jamaica, and what type of child were you?
Well, I'm another humble childhood in Jamaica because I was raised by my grandmother. And we you know how that is as a Jamaican. You learn different things, different things that's not really normal. Mm-hmm. I learned to listen to prophecies from the older ones. I learned to be a man and old. And my grandmother was actually my hero. Mm-hmm. You know, grew up having to go to church. When grandma said go to church, I see you were thinking, but I would get ready to go to church because that's how it was. You know,
you understand.
But she taught me. She taught me the finer things in life. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, you don't have to be a super rich person to actually be a good person.
For sure.
And I learned that. Mm-hmm.
All right. And where were you born, and where did you grow up in Jamaica?
I grew up in a town in the south central Jamaica called Clarendon, Maypen to be exact. Mm-hmm. A town called Maypen in Clarendon. Come from a little area they call farm. Mm-hmm. One of the roughest area in Jamaica right now. I'm not proud to say that, but that's how it is. You know?
The first time I went to Jamaica, I went to farm. That was the very first place I went to.
Wow.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You go there, there was a little bridge you cross over and got into the place. It's Maypen first. You go up a bit more and then you get into farm there.
Yeah. You go after you go up Sevens Road and cross over Pipe Hill. You know, they have farm. They call it only bottom farm. Further up, them call it top farm.
You get it. Crazy.
All the fun things going up at top farm.
100% agreed.
That's where Glen Washington was born.
Right there. And when did you discover music? Not even that you liked it or anything. When was the first time you remember hearing something that you liked or stuck in your mind?
As a youth man coming up, you know, I used to love music. I naturally love music. I don't know. When I was 7 years old, the first time I actually got involved with singing as a youth man, going to church with my grandmother. And I liked it because it felt good. And I used to always listen to all them different artists, because back in the 50s, 60s, in the 60s, as a young youth, we had a thing called Radio Fusion, RJR Radio Fusion. Long time before we now have so many radio stations. Mm-hmm. And they used to play, especially on Sundays, they used to play a lot of American music, a lot of R&B, a lot of soul music. And that's actually what we grew up on, listening to different artists sing. Oh my God, those were some good old days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me reminiscing back in them time when we used to hear some music. We used to wonder how they do that, you know. And I've always yearned to be able to sing just like these guys. Coming up in Jamaica on our local front now, I hear lots of singers, lots of local guys singing real good, excellent, do some excellent jobs. I used to listen to a lot of different groups, Heptones, the Paragons. I used to listen to a whole bunch of different groups as a youth coming. Listen to singers like Ken Boone. Oh my God, those were some days. Then and moving along, I decided I wanted to become a musician at the age of 17.
Okay. How did you even discover your voice in the first place?
I don't know. I tried to sing like some other people. As a youth, I tried to sing like Dennis Brown. Most young people, you know, who wants to become a singer usually started out that way. Mm-hmm. Dennis Brown, Horace Andy, people like that. Ken Boone, because of his pronunciation, I like that a lot. Try to sing like Elliot Babandi. You know, I don't know where that came from, but after a while, I came into a style of my own. Mm-hmm. After a while, but I've always loved to be able to emulate on different things, and I in doing all of that, I learned how to write my own songs.
Okay.
And let me tell you a story about writing my own songs.
Talk to us.
And I think I'm going too fast, but writing my own songs. One time they had a talent show in a Mapen. There was a band called the Names and Faces Band. And all of my friends at school used to tell me, Glen, you should enter. You can do good because we like the way you sound. You sound good. Because what I used to do, one of my favorite pastimes at school, used to stay in the class and beat on the desk. Mm. That's when I knew I had talent to play drums. Beat on the desk. I would make a beat, and while making a beat, I would sing. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't paying attention, but it attracted a lot of girls. And I was kind of shy. So while I'm doing that, and it makes me feel better because at school, and you get your break, lunchtime, and everybody will go run around. I'm staying in the classroom, making a beat on the desk, and it just came just like that, and singing different songs. And women would come gather around and listen to me. And then they say, oh, Glen Roy, oh, you sound so good. And I was shy. So as soon as I realized that, and I paying attention, as soon as I realized that they're there, I would run away.
Yeah.
So my friends, they told me now, you should enter this talent contest because I think you do very well. Mm-hmm. And I took the advice and decided to sign up, pay my money and my entrance fee. And that time there was a club called China Dragon across from Charlie Moran restaurant, across the street, upstairs of Ming Supermarket. That's on Main Street in Mapen. Mm-hmm. And I decided to enter the talent contest, and the group, the band that was playing was called Names and Faces. Mm-hmm. So when we went to rehearsal, a bunch of guys come sing other people's songs, sing different songs. And the bass player came and whispered to me and said, hey, do you know that if you write your own song, you get more points? I was like, what? Okay. So I got the bright idea and decided to write a song. I wrote a song. Susie ran away from home when she was only 60. If you go on YouTube, you can find that song now, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I entered that with the song, and I went to first, second, third elimination. I won, and semi-final I won, and the night now when it was supposed to be the grand final, we had a whole bunch of bad groups and bad singers on the show, you know. Mm-hmm. Then they had the Miss Jamaica. That was lady called Carleen Waddell. Miss Jamaica. She was a guest that night, and Miss Clarendon. That was what was Miss Clarendon's name? I can't remember her name, Miss Clarendon. But they were guests that night. There was which guy from JBC Radio. He was the MC that night too. And the final night, I heard my name. Somebody said, and the winner is Glen Washington. My heart I won from the start. And my heart boop, 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 boop. But the part of the prize was for me to get my song recorded. And and I got some money, and I got some a pair of cufflinks, a whole bunch of different little trinkets that I got. But that's where it all started.
Okay, and with that contest, before we even move from the contest, was there any notable names in that contest that was probably the second runner-up, the third runner-up?
Yeah, well, the second runner-up was a group called Dufton Taylor and the Coolers.
Okay.
Yeah, Dufton. We used to know him. He's died now. He's passed. We used to know him as Dan Taylor. Who actually, you ever heard of a guy named Tony Mataran?
Of course.
That's his father.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That was my good friend too, It was my good friend. Oh my God. May his soul rest in peace. We call him Dan Taylor, but his name was Dufton Taylor. And he had a guy named Terry and another guy singing with him. They came in second. I remember he told me, say, watch you bulb me. No, but they were my friend. Those guys were good guys.
That's pretty amazing right there.
Yeah,
so, okay.
he could actually sing too. Right now I have some of his songs that he wrote when the last time he went to Brazil. He sent me some songs on one of my phones. And I still have them songs. Anyway, moving along. I got into the business. I started recording a couple of songs. I recorded a song called Black Man Pride for this guy named Winston Peck, who now resides in Canada. And different people used to ask me to do things. I did a song. When I was recording this, I was like 17 years old. But I used to be at Joe Gibbs' studio every day after I got out of school. There's not one day that I didn't hop on a minibus and be in Kingston, because I love this thing so much. They say that whenever you do something and you love something, whenever you do anything that you do, whenever you have a passion for it, you will become successful at it. So sure. I listen to people when they say that, and I actually put myself into it. I ended up in Kingston, and a Joe Gibbs record, I got a chance to record a song. It was a song that became a hit. I didn't even have a clue about it until the first time I went to England. It was a song called Rockers and No Crackers. Rockers are heavy music on ya. Because back then that was what was happening. And people was just praising and different type of music. And my song was Rockers No Crackers.
Because even then too, I know that you recorded two other songs, and this was like The Voice of the Father and Stone-Hearted Woman.
I was moving around with you've been doing your research, okay. Yeah. I was moving around with the late Joseph Hill. Actually, he's the one that taught me to play the drums. Well, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
I was a singer in this band called C35 Incorporated as a young man. And Joseph was the drummer, but he's also a multi-player. He plays different instruments, keyboard, bass, guitar. But his main thing was the drum. He was the drummer in the band. Sometimes he playing and the music nice, and when he turn the side of his hat and say, "Lion!" It was funny. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Joseph, when every time Joseph would get up and go to the bathroom and go somewhere, I would drop in the drum seat and catch my little practice. Till one time he decided to leave. We were living in Maitland. And he decided to leave and go to Spanish Town. I don't know what was going on, but he came back and got me. I had me playing with this band called Stepping Stones. He said they needed a drummer. I said, how come? Because he was the drummer and he left.
Okay.
So when he left our group, I ended up becoming the drummer of my group. And because I already knew how to sing, I had to pull the microphone up. Them time we have a thing called the gooseneck. It was no boom stand and nothing like that. It was the gooseneck. And I had to pull it, bend the gooseneck around and put it beside me and play the drums and sing for a good little while. Then after that, I was known as the singing drummer.
That's why I said in the intro, the singing drummer there.
Yeah, so that had me really encumbered for a couple of years. I was just stuck behind drums. And I wanted to come out front, but I was a drummer. I did the band and we got a lot of gigs to play. So I had to do what I got to do. And I remember one time he came back to Spanish Town after I left Spanish Town to go to Kingston. And said they had a contract with a recording company from out of New Jersey called April Record. Some man called Seymour Cummings wanted them to do an album. So Culture got signed up to do this album, and they wanted me to be the drummer on the album. I ended up playing that album anyway. That album called Africa Standalone.
Yes,
we recorded that
album.
Oh, you had to listen to that too.
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Africa Stands Alone. I played all of them tracks down in Jamaica, all them tracks. And
how did you even meet Joseph Hill in the first place?
Oh my God. His mother used to live in a place called Effortville. That's right nearby where I live, and not even a mile. Where I used to live, up in a farm. And we used to link up. He had this lady, this girl called Marley, not his present wife, the lady that he was dealing with before that. And Pauline Ray. And we used to talk. And one day there's a community center that they gave us the place for young people to actually get into positive activities. And we used to use that place to rehearse. And that's where that football team started to Humble Lion.
Okay.
We used to use that place to rehearse, and I got involved with Joseph from I don't remember how me and him woke up. For real. I know that we met and the vibe was good. We met, the vibe was good, and we started talking. I started going to his house and go visit him, and we started getting into music. And he would always be playing his guitar because he could play his guitar. He was always playing guitar and singing, and I love that. I love the fact that he plays an instrument, and that's how we became friends. And we decided to start a band. One man from we used to live in Canada called Roy Cook. He came back. He used to work for see how many stories. Roy Cook used to work for a company that used to make. They used to build Fender equipment, Fender guitar amps, amplifier, bass amplifier, and stuff like that. He used to work for them as a technician, and he came back to Jamaica. And with the same design, you just don't see Fender on it. He built the amplifiers just like the Fender amplifier, sounding just like it. So he had some instruments, and they decided they wanted to put a band together. That's how me and Joseph and this guy named Zaki Palmer, and another guy named and Tony Tomlinson, and was one guy called Ren Miller. Ren oh my, well, and I can't remember the name of the other Ras. He's a Rasta man now. I can't remember the name of oh my God, it's a long time.
For
Anyway,
sure.
yeah, we started a group called C35 Incorporated.
So then you're there.
I was a singer. That's how all that started. Well, moving back to him taking off and going to Kingston to form his group, and I ended up being the drummer on his album. And I got stuck behind drums for many years. Ended up playing with a whole bunch of different groups. The Avengers. We used to be the band that plays at Pegasus poolside.
Okay.
On Thursday. Pegasus, the Jamaica Pegasus. Yeah, we was that band that played there, the Avengers. And we used to play at the poolside on Saturdays. We'll be in Margazaba. And Fridays will be in Ocherias. Until I ended up being the drummer with a group called the Mighty Titans.
Okay.
That used to be at this club in Harper Tree, right there by Agley Park Plaza and Maxwell Avenue. We used to that started playing there, and next thing I know, one Saturday I was there trying to tune up my drum. They had this drum called the Syndrome that makes a sound. Poo 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 poo. I was there trying to get a sound because Sunday night we'll be playing too. And I went outside. I heard somebody wanted to talk to me, so I went outside and saw this guy from Ocherias. It was this man called Got Bright. He said he wanted he heard about me and wanted me to come play drums for him because I don't know what was going on with his drummer. So I said when, and he told me and they would like for me to come now. So I ended up going to Ocherias with him, and the Saturday night I played, and then Sunday I'm supposed to be going back to Kingston, and I said I'm going back home now, and he said nah, you can't go home. I said what do you mean I can't go home? He said because we want you to be the drummer in the band. So I said, where am I going to live? I said, no, man, we have that covered, man. And they offered me a good money, a good salary. Offered me a nice apartment to live in, maid service and all that good stuff. I'm like, what? Easy like Sunday morning. I went back to Kingston. I gave away all my furniture. I gave away my furniture to my girlfriend. And I said, I'm going to live on the North Coast. And I ended up on the North Coast for a while. And one time now, one Saturday, one Saturday we was there and we met this lady on the beach and she said, she's what she said? A liaison. She's a liaison. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce that. Liaison. Yeah, for Stevie Wonder. And I'm like, yeah, right. I don't believe nothing. And she said he's coming to visit. He's coming to have his vacation here. That was at the Americana Hotel that we was the resident band of Happiness Unlimited. And I didn't believe at first, but we on stage performing and this guy was doing his show. And I noticed they had the table center right in the center of the stage in front of us was reserved. I was paying attention to that. And them times I used to play a whole lot of drums. I had lots of drums. You couldn't even see me. Drums, I wrote a time set, the same drum. I had a big white drum set to surround me. And lots of cymbals. Yeah, because I play and sing. And I was doing the part of the band leader, even though the bass player was the band leader, but I'm the one that had to say, ready. You know,
okay,
yeah, get everybody ready for the next song. Okay, so I had to do that while I'm thinking, remembering the words of the song and doing my rudiments and sing at the same time. So we was playing for this guy, and he was doing a nice cabaret show. Next thing I know, the whole place turned into an uproar. The same woman I was talking to, I saw her lead, her name Stephanie Andrews. I saw her leading Stevie Wonder right across in front of the guy on the stage, and turned the place upside down. People forget about him. Cameras, Stevie Wonder is in the place. It's really spoiled. But then he settled down and was there rocking, sitting and rocking. Next thing I know, he was staying for 2 weeks, and every night, Stevie Wonder would be down in the patio where we played. Then after that, they rented the whole 10th floor of the hotel. So even there was rooms that was empty, but they didn't want nobody else but Stevie Wonder people upstairs.
Yeah, on
the 10th floor. That and they had this rule that none of the workers should not be on the floor, but that didn't go for us for that whole 2 weeks. Yeah, man, all kind of musicians from all over Jamaica. Leslie Butler, all of them, the whole of them keyboard players was in that place. And then after that, we have a session up on the 10th floor every night.
Okay.
Yeah, man. When some people come on, when we come outside, they like, because Stevie Wonder is like a bat. Sleep in the daytime and work at night. So you have to work with him. So we would have all of that kind of stuff going on, and then after those 2 weeks were up, he left and he decided to take us back with him to the United States. And that's how Glen Washington came to America.
Okay. Question is this. What was Stevie doing in Jamaica in the first place?
He was just vacationing. He came there before to play on what was that show again? There was some festival that he came and played on. I think he liked the place. Right now, I got a song that was written by Stevie. Actually, Stephanie Andrews wrote it for Stevie Wonder, but I got the song.
What?
Still haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay, so then Stevie's here, but you said you left and went to the States with Stevie. What was that conversation like? Why you guys even left in the first place to go to the States with Stevie?
No, he liked the way we sounded. He liked the groove, and there was a song called that we made up on stage. It was done off of this rhythm. First time I met you, I could not forget you, girl. I know, really have to get you. We was playing that on stage one night, and Stevie Wonder was playing one of the keyboard back to back with the other keyboard player, and he was there rocking. He said, Glen, say after me. Oh, what you talking about? Say you don't like the reggae beat. You must be crazy. That's where that song came from. I remember one time I heard Musical Youth singing that. I think Stevie must have gave it to them. I heard them singing that one time. I heard them with that on record. And this was like after we went to California and was out there in Hollywood for a little bit and ended up back. Everybody went their own way, and I decided to stay.
Did you guys actually record? You guys do any recording or performing with him in the States?
We went to record, but we did a few performances. Met a few other artists, but I don't know what happened, but something fell through and it didn't happen like we wanted it to. So while sitting stagnant and not doing anything, I decided I want to move on. And I ended up moving to Detroit, where I'm at right now, because I got a show to do here tomorrow night at the Cola Lounge.
Why Detroit, of all places? Why
Detroit? Because I was with this woman that I met in Jamaica that came from Detroit. A whole bunch of women came down there, and this one decided she wanted to trap me. Yeah, she trapped me, and I decided to come here as opposed to going back to Jamaica. So I ended up living in Detroit for about 7 years. Then I met, we were playing as a band called the Samaritans, so because I have to play music. I was a drummer with this group called the Samaritans. O.C. Roberts was a singer. And a couple of the guys, Ian Allen, who works for, he used to work for Def Jam. He was the bass player at the time. And we ended up having to back the great Leroy Sibbles. Came to Detroit to do a show. And when he came, he said, "Oh, I didn't know that they had a good drummer over here." And that got me curious. I'm like, what? So one day I decided to go to Canada. After he invited me to come to Canada, he said, maybe you could come and play in my group up in Toronto. And I got curious and decided to go up there, and I found a whole bunch of different musicians. And a whole bunch of different bands that was playing awesome reggae music, but stuck in Canada, not moving. I don't know what was going on at the time. There was some of the best musicians and some of the best sounding music, but it was no movements. Just it was just there. And I came up there and up in Toronto. I just decided to drive up there one day and fell in love with the place. You know, I played a couple shows for Leroy Sibbles at the Bamboo, the Jerk, a whole bunch of different places. And I did a few stints with Jojo Bennett and the Satellites.
Okay.
Good group, a bunch of very professional musicians. Yeah, I work with them too. And while up in Toronto, I remember one time me and Leroy had a falling out, and I had to leave right away. I won't even talk about it. I had to leave, like pack up and put my drums in the car and my clothes and leave out the Sunday after we did a show at the Bamboo the Saturday night. So while moving around, I went back to this place where this guy named Bobby. What was Bobby's name again? Can't remember the name there. Anyway, the guy that owned the rehearsal place. I went down there to see him and he wasn't there. And I went downstairs. There was a bakery downstairs. And I went and saw this woman and asked her for, can you send me a bottle of water or give me some water, something like that. I was thirsty. And she said, give me a minute. And I stood there and then she gave me the water. And we started talking. And she's, next thing I know, I ended up going over to her house for dinner. She invited me to dinner. I'm walking my belly.
Yeah.
She invited me to dinner. And I ended up living with her for 4 years in Canada.
Listen.
Just that invitation to dinner, and I live with her for 4 years in downtown Toronto, and I right now we have a 31-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know your time in Canada, you started to win a couple of awards over here. You remember some of the awards you won over here?
The Canadian Reggae Music Award. I got a bunch of awards, but that was after I came back into the States.
Okay.
Yeah, that was after I came back into the States because what happened is that this artist named Shinehead from out of New York, he did a song called I'm a Jamaican in New York. What happened is that he wanted a drummer, and I was available because his drummer couldn't travel. And next thing I know, they sent a plane ticket for me and fly me back into New York. So that was when I left Toronto, came back into the States. I ended up living in Brooklyn and started traveling all over the world with him. Going to Europe, going to Japan. I've been to Japan about 5 times as a drummer. And going to Brazil, going to Hawaii, all over them places, traveling. And while running around with him, we was at this place called SOBs in New York. No, that's not how we started. While running around with Shinehead, we start playing with another band called No Offense. And I ended up being the drummer with a group called Calabash from out of New York City. And we was at SOBs playing on a show with Big Youth.
Okay.
And Don Taylor, the late Don Taylor, the late Gregory Isaac came there one night. Seemed like they were looking for a band. Because Gregory Isaac came and said, I heard when he said, was there shaking his head, and then he said, Don, that one I want to know, that one I want. And Dan said, okay. So Dan approached Danny Miller, who was the bass player. And they talked, and then they came to us and said, gentlemen, we're going to be touring with Gregory Isaac. And we went all over the place with Gregory Isaac. We played all over the place with Gregory Isaac. Traveled all over Hawaii, in Europe, all about with Gregory Isaac for a while. Till one time we went to Belize to do a show. And this was after I tried my hand at producing. I produced a song called Feel the Vibes. Can you feel it? Can you feel it now, now, now? Can you feel the vibes? The heavens declare the glory of Jah. The firmament showeth his handiwork. Song like that. I'm a little bit hoarse right now, just from moving around. But when I put that one out, that was the first song that I produced as a single producer. And it was playing on the radio all over the place. And the guys, this guy at the radio station called Bobby Channel One decided he wanted to see how people go react to it when they start put it into what you call it rotation. And they played it, and people was calling and requesting the song. Yeah, put this on. Yeah, who's this new guy that sound like Beres Hammond? I started to get thrilled, like Beres Hammond, one of my favorite artists. You think I sound like him? Everybody start talking. I'm like, okay, we're working on that. Then people start requesting it, and it became a hit because we had to keep going to the press to press more. And this guy who have a sound system called Don't Beat the Ruler, Tony Screw, his name. Yeah, he came to me one day and said, I want the tune in my box as a dub, I want the dub. But guess what now? I'm not going to the regular studio because I don't want nobody hear my thing. Because we used to go to Sir Thomas. And lots of people be there. We'll be there till morning. And this time he said, I said, where you going to go? He said, we're going to go to the source. So he took me to the source, give me an address in New York and said, in Brooklyn, and said, meet me here. So when I went there, it was Music City, New York. And that was the first time I met Clement Dad. Somebody messing with me. I ended up talking to him, doing about 4 songs for Downbeat. And then they talk, and we went to talk to Mr. Dad. Next thing I know, Mr. Dad came and said, Jackson, I like how you sound, you sound like Jackson there, but you have belly. So I don't know what I mean by that. Anyway. He said, so Jackson, how would you feel if you could put some of your lyrics on some of my gems? Little did he know that all of my tune I remember right was written on Studio One rhythms. Okay. Youth man, yeah. And I have a whole bunch of them. And he never know that either. That's one of the surprises. I surprise him. Launch an attack on him and surprise him. When him say to him, say, Sir D, because that's what them call him, Sir D. He said, Mr. Sir D, every tune of me write a Studio One rhythm, Tell me about a whole bunch of tune written on Studio One rhythm. And when him go approach me, him don't know why him start stir up a ansness. So me start meet up with him at evening time now. We became friends. Him say, him want that first he start out with this. Him tell him used to drink. Him say, we go take a little talk with me now, man. I say, what that? What you call that? A man go for a back of white rum and some Pepsi. and we take a little talk with him still and we start to reason. And that's how we ended up becoming friends and start recording a whole bunch of tunes. Every evening we come record 2, 3. Just I flash them till a whole heap of thing come. The first one I recorded was a song called Love Knows No Shame and the Guiding Star Rhythm. No more sorrow, no more pain. Love knows no shame. Na na na. Yeah. Him say, come back to me and say, Jackson thing I say like hot bread, you know. Don't be look for me and say they never heard me say that tell nobody in business yet. Because that's not the claimant that everybody know. I know a whole bunch of other entertainers hear me say that and them get mad because Mr. Dad never give them a time of day and him a rare over me. So we don't pay attention to that still. Because he's a different person. So we record a whole patron till one day him come and say, Jackson, a whole heap of tune we got, you know. We have to go put out an album. Because me keep on asking for them rhythms. And him keep on tell me, say, go tell Randy. Randy was the engineer. Tell Randy which rhythm we want, man, and we find it for you. Man, it was awesome. It was fun too. Because I really wanted to bust out long time.
For sure.
People kept telling me, them hear me, them hear my voice, I hear the sweet voice, but I can't see you because there's so many drums in the way. Them have to come look over. So somebody said, go come out of front. I remember one time I was in Belize, I was telling you that when the people disturbed me. I was in Belize with Gregory Isaac, and Gregory Isaac said to me, I was playing on a cassette in the van, in the bus we was riding around with. And Gregory Isaac said, Glen, are you that? I'm going to say, yes, man. I might tune them record that Studio One. Gregory look at me and say, boy, he come like me have to come up in the show for you, man. It was my virgin now, good virgin. Gregory Isaac was one of the real ones, for real. Aside from them say him doing thing, but that's a film thing. He was he's a real virgin. If him check for you, trust me.
Yeah.
Real trooper. Him say, are you that? Me have to come open the show for you. And you know, say it happened. It happened 2 times. One time in Jamaica and one time in Trinidad. Okay. When I did a show with him, myself, Gregory Isaac and Sizzler. Gregory decided him not going on before me. He's not going on after me.
Yeah.
You know, see. So when it was my time to go on, Gregory said, no, man, you're mad, me, I go on now. Yeah, man. And
the cool ruler.
Yeah, man. After Gregory, after we go through all of that, you know, say Gregory tell me, Gregory say, you know, say you have to get up from behind the drums and go out front. I was surprised. I was his drummer and he was telling me that. He said, you have to get up from behind the drums because you waste the time behind the drums. And if you get up and go out front, and make the people them see you. And I thought about it. I took it serious and decided I want to get up from behind the drums. Come out now.
Was that when your singing style had changed? Because I know on your earlier recordings, like Rockas, Not Crockas, The Voice of and Father.
I was a youth man them time. I was walking down the mountain one day. I heard a voice. It came to I and said, yo, I come quickly. Oh, see. Yes, sir. I was a youth man them time there.
So you just didn't really find your style until you decided to really take it
later on, because I was singing a whole bunch of different songs, different moods, getting a lot of different moods. There was a song I used to sing all the time when I was working with the Titans in Bohemia. Me and Mrs. Jones, we've got a thing going on. I should tear up that song all the time. Every time I sing that song, I go home with somebody. back in the days of youth man days, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, but you see, even when you're singing that song, you could hear that you use a different style. So it seems like you have many different styles of singing, but you settled on this one here.
We have different styles, and the reason why, you see, people, I only did one soca song, and people call me a reggae soca singer. Mm-hmm. and because I went to somebody had me go to Barbados, spend 3 days down there to record a song, call it the wedding song. Tonight is a special night. Tonight is a special night. With this ring, I love and respect you. With this ring, I'll never neglect you. With this ring, you won't have to be alone. With this ring, forever you'll wear my crown. Let's all celebrate. That was a soca song. You know what happened? This guy named, I'm not afraid to say it, David Rudder. Mm-hmm. I think he got really jealous because a Jamaican was singing a soca song. And he went and record a song about Trinity to the bone. Trinity on the same rhythm. I love that song too, you know. It was awesome.
Crazy. Yeah. So you recorded and everything, because even now
that song was done by Glen, Washington, and they put on this girl called Trini Joseph, because it was supposed to be Glen Washington and Alison Hines, but she was pregnant at the time and couldn't make it. So they gave me somebody else who was just as good.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. So then you decided now to really go full force. And then when you were recording with Cox and Dad Sir D, I know the first album he had put out for you was one called Brother to Brother.
Brother to Brother. Then we did another one called Wandering Stranger. Got all hit songs. Mm-hmm. I got a whole bunch of hit songs on them albums. Because I tend to choose, whenever I choose a rhythm, the bass line gotta be wicked. As long as the bass line is awesome, I know the tune gonna be wicked, because I can't afford to put my good lyrics on like squab rhythm. It's what I'm saying. Yeah, so after that, now, after we record those two albums at Studio One, I find that there are entities and people talking about they had a contract with me when I never signed any contract with anyone else besides Clement Dot. 1997, we did that. 1998, I ran into this guy that I recorded a song for a long time ago. His name was, because he's fast. His name was Lloyd Campbell. His label was Joe Fraser Records.
Yes.
Yeah. He came sent this girl named Cutie to come find me. And when I just moved to Brooklyn, and when Cutie finally caught up with me, she said, "This is man looking for you, Lloyd Campbell. He wants to talk to you." I'm saying, "What am I looking for me for?" Anyway, after we woke up, he gave me two Studio One rhythms, because I guess he realized that I could do well with the Studio One rhythms. He gave me two Studio One rhythms. Alternately have a song called "I Can Recall All the Fun That I Had in Jamaica." That rhythm. That was one I kind of like that. I like that rhythm too. And then he gave me another two alternate rhythm I started with. "I've got so much love to give you." That was the comeback song for George Nooks. I did a song on that on the Jamaica rhythm. I did a song, "Call Me Baby." Ooh, I know sometimes the way gets rough and the struggle for life gets tougher than tough. Just call me. I wrote a song on that one, and I wrote a song for There's So Much Love. "Baby, don't take my kindness for weakness." All of this is personal experiences and things that happen now. Anyway, and I was with this woman, and she was like really, really, really acting weird, you know. So I had to let them know what's up. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Not because I'm doing good. I'm doing you well, doing good things for you. Don't think I'm a little softy, because them telling me I'm a rude boy, I'm never afraid of people. I'm not like that. Anyway, past them old days, and move on. I ran into Light Camera and decided he wanted to take me to Jamaica. He said, let's go to Jamaica. We're going to do some recordings down in Jamaica. So by the time we got to Jamaica and we settled out in this guest house, one day I remember I went to the supermarket to buy some grocery. I met this girl who live up in Red Hills. Or Red Hills, them call it. What them call it? Kirkland Heights. Up in the hills there. We can see the airport when you're up there. So.
Okay.
And she had me come up and visit with her and spend the night over there. And the next day I was like laying in the bed, and the neighbors, some girls from next door come and I would look over in the window because them have them window low down, you know. So I lay in the bed, the window open, nice breeze a blow, and just lay there and close my eyes. When them come looking for me, I close my eyes and I listen to them. Here one girl I say, how would a brother day? He married. And the man ask question about me, and next thing me know, me write one song about a song called Get Next to Me. When she said, she's asking friends about me. She wants to know if I'm single and free. Now that she realized that I am just the size she want to get next to me. That's how that song came about, you know, because most of my songs them come from personal experiences, you know. Yeah, man.
You get it. And to me, it's like, okay, after you did your whole drumming stint and you started to sing, this was when you were on super fire. This is when songs like Give Jah the Glory and Weakness for Sweetness came out. That's another
one. That's another one I'll just tell you about. Rise and Shine. It's called the proper name is called Jah Glory.
Yes.
That was the Lloyd that got a rhythm from Channel 1. He got a cut off of the rhythm from Channel 1, Fade Away rhythm. Junior Biles sing a song and he called Fade Away. He got a cut of the rhythm from Channel 1 and decided wanted me to write a song on it. But the rhythm, the way it cut, the way the rhythm play, it sounded like the keyboard player was just playing with one hand and way up in the octave. Ding, ding. I mean, it sounded good to me as a musician because I have an ear for music. I can hear different things. Sure. So I told like that, I don't like that rhythm, man. I don't like it at all. I don't like how it sounds. Anyway, we try a song and it didn't work. But at the time, he's a man who smoked my herb. And weed give me a vibe. Even though I stopped now, but back then when I used to smoke it, I get a good vibe from it. And I'm in the studio, Sonic Sound. They telling me, you can't smoke no weed in there. I say, you're mad. I say, I'm not mad. We went to studio now. How me can't smoke no weed in there? So I had to, they was very strict, so I had to deal with it on a level and say, okay. Me not do that song, you know. Me not sing that song. I don't like it. So one next time we go and mixing lab now, I work on some other tunes. And like they said, welcome to that tune what would I do the other day? You feel like you can manage it? I'm say, me can smoke some herb. I can't. Right, Francis, I said, no herb smoking in my studio. I say, oh no, I'm mad people, man. Me just going at the bathroom and roll a split and suck it till the fire long so. And my head, nice now. I say, yes, man, we're ready for singing. Let me try it now. And then put on the table, it was one cut enough. Na, 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 na. It's mercy endureth for me. Going for it now. Let us rise and shine and give Jah the glories. His mercy endureth for me. Make me free like the birds in the... Yeah, man. Going out and like to say, yes, like that. And you know, say right now, that's one of the songs that I make the most dub plate of.
Because the funny thing with it, at that time when that song came out, I thought you were based in Jamaica because every song you could think about was playing that on dub at that time there. Every single song.
But them said nobody can bust a bus unless a Jamaica you bust. Not so. If you have talent, you can bust from anywhere. Yeah, man. If you have talent and you have the real groove and you have the passion for what you're doing, you can bust from away. It no matter where you live.
True.
Yeah, man.
Big song.
Going for that one, they bust it up bad, and then Lady came to me with this tune that was done by Eddie Floyd. Hey, little girl, where you been so long? Going for that one because I don't sing too many cover songs, but anytime you hear me sing a cover song, it's something that I really like. Okay. And I heard it the first time. And kind of bluesy when I hear it the first time, but change it around to my kind of vibe, my reggae vibe. Just change it around and deal with it on the level there. And it worked out real good. Then we did on the Sata Masagana rhythm, they gave me the Cape Town of a song called Rocky Road. They give me that song and say, the blessings of Jah is upon me, guiding and keeping me daily, you see. We wrote a song on that one. It worked out real good. So that was a real what you call it, tapper album. That album called Get Next to Me, because Get Next to Me was the title track on it, Yeah, man.
That was all put out by Joe Fraser.
1998, we put that one out. And shortly after that, we had another album. Because I was working with Light Campbell. We never have no paperwork or nothing like that. None of them things they never go on. In spite of what these people are trying to say, that they have contract. None of us. None of them not go so. We will prove that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just getting emotional because them are going to spread some lies. Yeah. Anyway, after that we did an album called Number One Girl. Number One Girl have songs like Number One. You should know this by now. Have songs like Consider Me. That's another cover song. Another one that I like. Another Eddie Floyd song. And you know how that song came about? We was at Willie in the studio, Heavy Beat studio, and they was running after it. They was running after rhythm from the big reel to what you call it? Them thing they know. Anyway, they was running after rhythm from the big wheel to saving it on a small tape. And I was passing by the console room, not messing with them people. I was just passing by, and that song came into my head. I started singing, I know you're trying to be a big girl and keep the tears from your eyes. It just came to my head because it fit on the rhythm. It was fitting, like it was sitting on the rhythm. I'm like, then Lady come and say, yo, come here, man. So I go inside, I say, what I go on? He said, that tune the way I sing like a while. Sing it again. I say, sing more again. We soon that. Come in, me a penny. He said, we soon that. And say, play the rhythm and then play back the rhythm. I say, oh, that tune there. He said, yeah, man, sing that tune, man. So I look for the words and put it all together and decide to record it. One cut. Consider Me. Another big tune again to him.
Yeah, big song. And another one that I know you came up with was If Loving You Was Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. And that's another cover, but that was a massive song.
That's another cover song. By Luther Ingram. Let me see what happened. I believe that people should sing their own songs, but whenever you're gonna sing somebody else's song, it's supposed to be just as good or better.
For sure.
It shouldn't be less. People shouldn't have to say, why did you mess with that song? No. I don't believe that. So that's how the thing go on. And I ended up with a whole bunch of albums. You have an album like Your Love. Your Love. That's another cover song again, too, you know. Like a burning fire deep down in my soul. Oh my God, there's so many albums, man.
Yeah, because if you look, I remember at that time a lot of albums came out. You had one with you and Al Campbell, you, Dennis Brown.
For iPower.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Dennis Brown and Gregory Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
No, but what happened is that I had a bunch of guys who recorded me before, but they didn't have the faith and they didn't believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
They just recorded me just in case. I was trying to hustle my thing.
Yeah.
That's how I have to say it. They was trying to hustle the thing. Mm-hmm. And next thing I know, the thing bust to the one bust, everybody start putting up a whole bunch of tune.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's what happened. But so the thing said.
Because you see, even at that time, a lot of people don't realize that you came out with a low haircut, everything. But then after a while, you started to grow your locks and stuff. What was the transition?
In 2000, when I moved to Florida, I started growing my locks. Mm-hmm. I don't think Light Campbell like that either. Because them no commend their men, them no like Rastaman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they couldn't do nothing about it, them thing, you know, because I'm a rude boy and couldn't tell me nothing.
How much work did you do with Lloyd Campbell?
A whole bunch of works, man. You have album like, first one is Get Next to Me, mm-hmm. Your Love, Wanna Be Loved. They even tried to put one out when they thought I was gonna get deported from the US. They get up a album and call it Destiny. Mm-hmm. Destiny was a group of songs that I recorded for a whole bunch of different people, mm-hmm. and they used the one Destiny, the one they call Destiny, mm-hmm. because they thought that Glen Washington gonna be deported back to Jamaica. Maybe that's why they was trying to take my stuff. Mm-hmm. Guys, you have a group of people trying to take my stuff. Come tell me that I should tell me that I should remove myself from these songs, these 4 albums, because these are the ones that belong to the record company. I'm like, what? I did not know that I signed. I must have been unconscious. They said that we signed and we have an agreement. Mm-hmm. I must have been unconscious because I never signed nothing. I remember one time Light Campbell came to me and with a piece of paper and said, I want you to sign this. And I'm like, yeah, I want my lawyer to look over it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't hear nothing more about it. Next thing I know, they're trying to tell me that I'm signed, but not gonna work out. We're gonna go to court.
So at this, because this was at the time you were really breaking out as a musical artist. So you didn't really know the business at that time there. So at what time did you really start to learn the business from that point of view?
It's not a matter of I didn't know the business. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of I was being extremely cautious. I decided not to sign no paper or no paperwork with nobody. Me and Lloyd was just working, verbally. We were just working like you record me, you put it out, and because I'm trying to get my career up, get my music out, trying to get the thing happening. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They treated me really, really bad because if I had gotten the promotion like I see I see some artists get out there, mm-hmm. if I had got the push, like every time I put on a song, it became #1. Like I see some artists get. You know what? What would happen? How far I would be in this business? Not saying that I regret. I'm not regretting nothing that I do, mm-hmm. because I love music to the bone, and it doesn't matter what they do, they'll never stop me. Mm-hmm. See, they would never stop me. I have people in the business who are supposed to be my friends that try all kind of little things, but the more they try, it's the stronger I get. The more they try to pull me down and tear me down, is the stronger I get. And you know what? I hate to sound like this, but judgment. Straight.
The industry is so crazy. Talking about that now, when was the first time you met Beres Hammond after you got your break in like 97, 98? Because remember, a lot of people are saying you sound like Beres. So then when did you guys actually connect?
You know what? People tell me that I took that as a compliment because Beres Hammond is an excellent performer, and he's always been a friend of mine. No, in spite of what you hear some people say, he has always been a good friend. I remember back in the days when Beres used to sing with a group called Tuesday's Children. They never recorded reggae.
Yeah.
It was Coleman Scott, Beres Hammond, and Ferris Walters. That was the group, Tuesday's Children. I remember Beres Hammond used to be the lead singer with Zappo back in them times. The type of reggae that he now recorded, they didn't have them kind of thing. I remember the first one I heard that I really liked was "This is reggae music." That was Beres Hammond back in them time. But we have always been good friends, in spite of what you hear people say. Because you know what? People always try to put enmity or try to compete against each other. But we're not in competition, because music is a mission. It's not a competition. And all them artists who compete with other, they're going to fall down on them face for real in a bit. For real. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. You have to do what you do it to the best of your ability, and keep a clean, loving heart.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's even with you and Beres,
music is spiritual. It cannot be dirty. You cannot be dirty in yourself. Because if you practice dirtiness in your heart, that's what's going to come out on your music. Definitely. And that's not the way we are. Music is love, spreading love and spreading good vibes.
Because I know with you and Beres, you guys have a similar sound, but once you listen really good, I think they call it, you have a herb man slur, and he has a drunken man slur.
And Beres have a what you call it now? A drunken man slur. But that's his thing. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
For sure. Did you guys ever perform on a show together?
Yeah, man. Couple times. One time in Guyana, one time in Trinidad, and both time was awesome.
Explain to me what those shows were like, especially people thinking you guys are so similar and stuff. Explain to me what those shows were like.
Oh my God. We went out there and did the thing to the best of our ability. I remember one time I was doing a show in Trinidad, and after I come off of the stage, I heard someone say, "Yes, I saw you do it." When I look, it was Beres Hammond over across the fence. I said, "Yes, saw you do it." Mash up the place, good. Then he said, "No, now wait no more. From me come off him, I go on right now." Because it was supposed to be him, then it was supposed to be Bushman, then me, then him, and then Junior Kelly. Junior Kelly end up holding the back because Beres said, "I go on now." So Junior Kelly have hard work to do after me and Beres done work, you know. Real, but it was excellently a good show. Everybody did their part. It was really good. Yeah, man.
Do you guys have you guys plan on recording anything? That's nothing you guys spoke about. What's the deal with that?
Me always say it in the back of my brain. One of these fine days, we're gonna meet again. Maybe one day me and Beres record something. You know? I notice him tend to record with DJs, but one of these days we'll record with another singer.
That would be very interesting to see how a song with the two of you guys come out. I very well want to hear something like that.
Yeah, well, he's a prolific writer, you know, write songs. We not just sit around and decide to live off some artists when I know when they like me, and them sing back everybody's song. You know, see. Yeah, but no. Me now will not hate or no grudge against no one because of that. I'm gonna do my thing to the best of my ability until Jah decides, say, "Yo, it's time to come home now."
You understand? Another name that came out, basically he was around from in the 70s, but then he got a break again around the same time you did, was George Nooks.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something about George, you know. I remember when Don't Take My Kindness for Weakness came out, George, you know, had a bright idea. It was smart. It was a smart move when he decided to re-record So Much Love. Because me and George used to meet up at Joe Gibbs studio back in the days.
Okay.
We used to meet up there when he was Prince Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to record So Much Love, re-record So Much Love. And that brought him right back into the limelight, and he hasn't stopped. And I really love that. Because I know him, he's been way down. Mm-hmm. And then he lift himself up. That was awesome. I really respect him for that.
It's the music business, something where, again, you just never know, because even look at
you never know. You never know. All you have to do is do what you do and do it to the best of your ability. You never know what's going to happen. Because some tunes, I have different songs in different countries. That's a hit song right there. Some tunes that you say, you might look down on and say, "Sure, is a feel like that, man." And you got some countries, it's a killer. And these days, I decide not to make no fillers. I have to make killers all the time.
Straight good. One more question.
If I hear a song, say it again.
You go ahead, and then I'm going to ask you something.
Okay, because if I hear a song, if I do a song, and if I can't listen to it and say, if I was a consumer, would I take my money and spend and buy this one? And if it's not a yes for me, I tear up that and start all over again. That's all it is.
Makes total sense. Makes sense. There's two names that I want to ask you about. One was Bob Marley, and the next one is Dennis Brown. How did you meet those two people in the first place? Well,
I remember when I moved to Kingston. Okay, first one, Dennis Brown. The first time I met Dennis Brown, I was singing with a group, with the same C35 group, and we played at this place called the Q Club in Old Harbour. And after we finished playing, the man that brought us, the van that brought the instrument, he did not coming back because he didn't get paid. That was because of the guitarist who was the band leader. Mm-hmm. You know, see, and we ended up having to bum a ride. We got a ride on one of those National Broilers truck. You know, the one that carried the chicken. Mm-hmm. And they was going to Sandy Bay. That's as far as he was going. And he dropped us off at this club. I forgot the name of the club. He dropped us off at this club, and we went inside. I saw a bunch of our people in there. I was still a youth, man. And they had a show. I found out that they had a stage show. The Generation Gap band was playing, and Dennis Brown was performing, but they was on break. They took a break. The band took a break. So when we got in there, the band came back on stage, and one of the virgins said to the guys in the band, "Yo, what me gonna make my youth sing a tune? Now see my youth, I want him to sing a tune." And they took him serious and asked me, "What song you gonna sing?" And I told them, "Things in Life." Mm-hmm. I didn't know Dennis Brown was the backstage, you know. And the guy picked me up and put me up on the stage. Like, you stage high. Mm-hmm. The place, the name of the club was called Sunrise Inn in Sandy Bay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The guy picked me up and put me up on the stage, and I went up there, and the band strike off, sound like record. I'm like, oh my God, this is good. So when it was my time to come in, I was like, it's not every day we're gonna be the same way. I saw Dennis Brown come round from behind the curtain backstage. Him and Freddie McGregor. At the time Freddie was a little skinny black youth. Come with a little afro. Come from behind the stage, and Dennis Brown just said, "Go on, you!" First him said, "I would have to sing my tune." Mm-hmm. And then I turned around and look at him. I realized it was Dennis Brown himself. But I decided I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do my thing. And he said, "Go on, you!" That made me feel much better. And I did that song. And that was the first time I met Dennis Brown, actually. Actually, he's a year or so younger than me. But he was out there a long time. That's when I met Freddie and Dennis. Mm-hmm. Another time now, when I met Bob Marley was one time I was up in the Alpha Tree. At the time I used to live at 21 St. Andrew Park in up right off of Mullines Road. I'm a play with Titans. And my friend was the friends I had up at JBC. I used to walk there late at night and in the daytime too. I had friends like Mikey Dre at the control. I used to be over there. And you have people like Eddie Fitzroy Edwards. He used to work there too. And he was a friend of mine. And then Errol Thompson, DJ E.T., was a friend of mine. He used to come pick me up in a little blue Volkswagen and take me down to Greenwich Farm over by roast fish and Irish Mass. Me and him was close back in them days. And one day he decided to go up a Tough Gang. Go meet the gang. So we went up to Tough Gang and Bob Marley was laying on the floor right in the doorway. And nobody can pass him. You know, a bunch of rascals stand up with them arms full like that. He better not pass the king. So when he woke up, when he woke up and he got up and looked at me and said, "Where you for?" Like, I don't know whether I should run or what. He said, "Where you for?" I'm going to tell him who me is and I'm at the drummer with the band down at Bohemia. And say, he just smile. He come from out of a frown to a smile and say, "All right, you're good." And E.T. introduced me to him. And that was how I met Bob Marley.
Crazy. Just like that. Because again, you've done so many stuff from singing to drum playing and all of that good stuff there. This is what I want to know from you also. You toured the globe. You've done so many things. Tell me 3 shows that you've done that you'll never forget ever one time in your life.
Oh my God. I did one show the first time I went to Africa, where it was just me and my band, me and my little 5-piece band. We had 38,000 people in a stadium in Nairobi. That was something else. We went there for 3 shows. One was a government show for all the people working in the government. It was like we played at this club called City Cabanas. We played for over 3,000 people that night, and I thought that was a pretty decent crowd. And the following night was a Saturday night. That was a Friday night. Saturday night, we played in a place called Mombasa. We had 12,000 people. That was pretty decent too in a park.
Yeah.
But when we came back late from Mombasa. It was like an hour flight away, and then we missed our flight and they had to sit there. My security had to stand around me while I lay on a couch in the airport and got a nap. And then when I finally got into Nairobi again, back into my hotel, I was there trying to catch a little doors out. Next thing I know, I hear pop on the door. The promoter come and say, "Look at the TV." I was like, "What?" Look at the TV. I see people running. I see flinging stone and bottle. And people are running. You know what happened? The stadium was full, and the people they said they come to see Glen, Washington. They don't want to see no opening act. Until they open act like this, we see you all the time.
Yeah.
I saw one man saying, "I walked for 3 days to get here. I want to see Glen, Washington." So the promoter said, "We have to go now." So I couldn't even put on no decent clothes. Bought all my clothes and couldn't change. I just pull up a jeans and put on a red, gold, and green sweater and put on my Clarks. I said, "Let's go." I run outside. Some battalion of soldiers, some tall virgin, come out and say, "Don't worry, we got your back. You'll be all right." And then came over the stadium. No instrument on the stage, And then we drive underneath a tunnel and come out right by the stage. And the captain said, "We got your back." He bought me a cordless microphone. And you see, when I say this was awesome. When I say, Nairobi, how you feeling? And they say, because they saw me now, so that I was really in the house. Oh my God. Yeah, but you hear the story when they say about when the people make a shout. When the people make a shout, King. When the people make a shout, you could feel the ground shake. That scared the hell out of me, my heart. He said, don't worry, everything is all right. That time, so some guys come and start sweep off the broken bottle and mash up stone off of the stage because they was flinging stones and bottles, you know. Sweep off that off of the stage and then start put back the instrument together. And I'm here, I stand up on the stage, I sing one tune, them love that tune and they like this one. I saw a vision of a Rasta man beckoning out to me. He said, gather your brothers and let me sing another song called Oh Beulah Land, sweet Beulah Land. That's where I wanna be. Then a bright idea hit me. I'm gonna say, let's change the words. I'm gonna say, oh Kenya land, sweet Kenya land. That's where I'd like to be. And the place pop off no. Oh my God, they get used to this shouting now, because shouting, shake the ground, you know. And when we stop singing now, and we have to say, well, you know, this one now we are sing a cappella for about 45 minutes. And they must sing with me now. Then they know the words of every song. And then me hear them go, but I'm not sing nothing. I'm not sing nothing. So I say, wait, I must shout off. I turn around and look behind me. My band come inside the stadium. And that them see. So, then the band up on stage and set up and give them 2 hours. So they get 2 hours and 45 minutes. That was one of the most awesome things me ever said. Then nobody move. Everybody stand still. And they knew all the words to my song. That one bring me to tears, you know, man. I said, oh my God, I never come to this place before. Look how far away this is from home. And these people, you see, music transcends all boundaries. I got to realize that. Yeah, man. I go some place and hear some people ask for some tune. I don't remember the words. I have to go up on YouTube. But pull it up and listen back to it again. Quick time and say, oh, okay.
Ready again.
I recorded so many songs. Sometimes you don't remember them.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Give me 2 more shows. That was the Kenya one. 2 more shows that stick out in your mind forever.
Yeah, another one that I did was one in Belgium. In Belgium, that was so many people, over 100,000 people.
Crazy.
That one was awesome, man. And people actually know the words of your song. And then the first time I toured the UK. The first time I toured the UK, that's another one. A whole bunch of shows. Bradford, Birmingham, Bristol. Where the place where they say Robin Hood come from again?
I don't even remember.
It's a Sherwood, somewhere there.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, we played there, and the last show, the very last show before we came back out, I think that was 2000. The very last show we did that in a place called Astoria, on the West End in London. That was touring with my band. My band name. What the name of the band? What the name of the band? Oh, me that play one video game and they ask me, what the name of the band? I'm say, what the blood clean? Me can't remember nothing, you know. Me I get old. Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
Emergency. That was the name that I gave the band. I was playing a game called State of Emergency, you know, a video game. Cause me, the man, I love my video game. State of Emergency. And I was playing the game and the bass player come and say, where you are when you name the band? I said, State of Emergency, I'm not paying no mind. I just said it as a jest. But they say, yeah, that's a good name. State of Emergency. And we use that name. The same band exists now, but they call it in Florida. But them call it again. I can't remember nothing. Them claim say, hold on, you have to go ask somebody. same band exists right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big band there. Crazy. Even another time, because I know you bus from States. Another big show you did in Jamaica was Rebel Salute. What was that to work on a Rebel Salute, especially now you're coming home to work?
Well, that was a while back. When I was on that show. And when we finished that show, it was daylight. That was a long time.
That was 2001.
You remember that? Oh, yeah, I wish I had your memory. Yeah, man. But I've played a lot of places. Brazil, different, what the name of the place again? What's the name of that other Spanish place where the rainforest is?
The Amazon.
Yeah, I went down in the Amazon. I even went to do a show one time. This is one of the shows that I regretted doing. You remember where that man took those people and made them commit suicide?
Jim Jones. That was in Guyana, in the bush.
Yeah, in Guyana. It's after we finished doing the show and get ready to fly out the next day. They told me that's where it happened.
Crazy.
Yeah, I did not like that. It made me sad.
No, for sure.
I did not like that. I did not like that at all.
You spoke about your songwriting ability. This one here is 2-in-1. I know you wrote a song called Captured, and this was for your wife that you married in February. How did you come up with that song?
She's actually my inspiration these days, because of the nice things that she does. Sometimes she can get rambunctious, but she does some nice things. And actually, I see myself, I move nowhere else beside with this woman. Right now, she's my manager and she's my lover. She's my wife and one of my greatest inspiration. I'm not saying that with water in my mouth either. I really love this woman.
I see it 100%. And what was the thought in your mind when you decided to pen that song there?
Well, we get married, and I'm making that decision, that plunge. I'm going. Back in the days, I would be scared and run gone because I've run away from many women.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time I decided I'm gonna stick it out and let it work. I'm gonna let it work real good. So I write these lyrics right there, like a couple of days before we got married. Until that do we part, you have taken full control of my heart. Oh my God. Don't let me cry now, man.
Listen, because you feel it. Imagine how people feel listening to your song opposed to how you feel listening back to your song. The same emotion you get, the same emotion we get also.
And I'm a very emotional person,
You can tell by the word you write.
I try to keep positive emotions, because I can get really dangerous emotions too. But we stay on the positive.
You could definitely tell. And that brings us up to your new album that just came out last year called Time of My Life. All right. No, I'm Living Well.
I'm living well. Yeah. That Time of My Life was the one before.
That came out 2017, I think it came out.
Yeah.
I'm Living Well. That title there is a different thing for a Glen Washington. What made you decide to put out an album like that?
Well, what was happening was people was talking about different things that they think Glen Washington is washed up and all that stuff. And I'm saying no, I'm just letting them know that no. Just because you don't see me, you don't hear me, I'm not washed up. I'm living way out in the boondocks, and I'm living well. Good things are happening in my life. I'm making progress. Just because some people don't see you, they think that you're done. But then think me done, me just a come. Just a come, man. Everything is highly blessed.
Crazy. And I know on that album there, the same title track, I'm Living Well, you were the one playing the drums.
I play the drums on a few tracks. There's a cover song on there that There's a song on there that done by Danny Hathaway. You were meant for me. No one else could come between this love I know. I'll never let you go. I played the drums on that one. One day I was in the studio one day and Willie said, "Hey Glen, come play some drums, man." I thought he was just joking. He said, "Nah, man." Now when they decided the drum board and because I love playing the drums and I like to do different rudiments. And it worked out real good. When I listened back to it, I was like, whoa, wicked. You see, Willie Lindo, he's an awesome producer. And anything that he got to say, I'm always listening because I learned a whole bunch of stuff from that guy. He got serious, good experience. As a matter of fact, let me tell people, Willie Lindo is the one that made Beres Hammond. See, for those who don't know. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think I'm in the right camp. You want to hear some things coming? We got an album coming that's going to kill people. Yeah, man. New, good old tracks that people love, but new vision, new vibe, new storyline, and new melodies. And I got 14. Let me not let you push out at the back. We got 14 Treasure Isle, good old Treasure Isle rhythms with brand new songs on them. Serious songs of reality, songs of roots and culture, and talking about what's going on right now, bringing judgment onto the wicked. Trust me, people look forward to that because that's going to put a change in everybody's life.
Definitely looking, because you did the Studio One, now it's a Treasure Isle version.
No, it's a Treasure Isle. This one is going to really be a treasure.
Yeah.
We have all new rhythms, you know. We don't use back them old rhythms either, you know.
Okay.
We clap them back good and proper. Slide down bar, and you have the Jackie Jackson and the who is the original bass player and them thing there. And you have Dean Fraser, and you have Willie Lindo, original guitarist, and you have Kashif Lindo, wicked little musician, singer, songwriter. Trust me. Yeah, man. We have a good team on this one.
From you say Dean Fraser, Willie Lindo, all of them? Big.
All songs written by Glen Washington. Just like Mr. Dan put on the Studio One albums. I love that. All songs written by Glen Washington.
Good. We'll be looking forward for that one there. This is the last one I have for you before I get you out of here. You've had this crazy career from in the 70s right now until 2021. When would you say has been the highest part of your career, and when has been the lowest part of your career thus far?
Well, the lowest part of my career right now is when these crazy record companies executive trying to steal my stuff. That's the lowest part of my career. You know, but I roll over them for real because I know that me and them people don't have the same girlfriend that we're going to sing about, the same girlfriend. And me and them never write no song. You understand? Me and them don't write no song because them don't know it like me. And that's one of the lowest points with these unscrupulous people trying to steal my stuff.
And that's when would you say would have been the highest so far?
The highest point is making music and see that people really enjoy. People love it to the max. Because when they feel it, I feel it too. And if I can portray or put across and make people, bring people happiness, that's my greatest joy.
You get it and you understand. Listen, great conversation. Right now, the floor is yours. Thank you. The floor is yours. If there's anything you want to say, anybody you want to big up, leave some information where they could check out your thing. The floor is yours 100% right now.
I just want to big up everyone. I just want to big up all of my entertainer friends. Big up Merciless. Big up Dennis Al Capone. My virgin for years now changed. All when I cuss him, I still not change. Because I know him from my youth, man, and I love him same way. Big up yourself, Muscle. You're doing a great job. Big up all the entertainers, Beres Hammond, everybody. All Leroy, Sibbles, people who have influence on my career. Big up everyone. There's too numerous to mention right now. Giving thanks. Me and Dennis Al Capone and Merciless just did a awesome recording called Clarendon Connection. And we just want to tell the people them that love and unity and will give you prosperity. And all you have to do is just stay focused and praise Jah and keep a clean heart, because that's most important. Right from the start.
You get it there. If they want to check out some of your music online, or if they even want to check you out on social media or anything, where could they check you out?
Check me out at Glen, Washington at Facebook.com. Glen, and check out Jackie White at Facebook.com. I just go social media, put in Glen Washington and YouTube and listen to everything. They say that they tell me that I have the longest playlist. Songs forever.
Yeah. No, you've done a lot. That's why even I just had to pick a random few. I said, okay, I'm going to pick these out of the catalog and we're going to speak about these, because you have single after single, album after album. It's just crazy the amount of songs and hits you have also.
Yeah, well, we've been making hits left and right, and some of them bust up some people's heads still. Yeah, because I don't hold back when it comes to the truth. And I'm gonna and if somebody wrong me, I'm gonna sing about them like some wagonists. Some people who are wagonists telling everybody that they know me and how them grow me. Them are wagonists. We burn fire upon them. Real.
Crazy.
Anyway, love and respect to each and every one. I love you love to the bone. All people in the world, from different parishes and different places, and from different nationalities. Black, white, green, pink, yellow people. I love all I want to the bone. See? No disrespect to no one.
Just like that. And before I get you out of here, I'm going to need a muscle acapella of Rise and Shine.
Now, Massive, let's rise and shine. Give Muscles the glory. He's right here playing good music for we. Now, Massive, you should open your eyes and see. Let us sing and shout. Muscles praises forever, so the world can see. Very good writer he can be. Rastafari bless up each and every one. Yeah.
Rastafari. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinesmusichut.com.